what is your Amazon FBA business model? Is it FBM mostly, FBA mostly, or is it a hybrid? Can you elaborate on that, please?
So I would say right now it's about 70% FBA and 30% FBM.
Okay.
Q4 makes it different. It's obviously skewed because I FBM a lot more during Q4 than I would throughout the year, just because FBM is very time consuming for an individual when you're doing it all yourself. Especially if you have like a family, you have kids, like you don't want to be running the post office every day and have to worry about orders coming in. Even though it's fun, it's like I'd rather swipe and see my sales and I don't even have to touch them. So my big thing is during the year, I'd probably say I'm more 90% FBA. And then during Q4, I kind of tag on some of the FBM and I'm more like 30%.
So during the year, when it's not Q4, how do you determine whether you want to FBA something or FBM something?
The only time I will FBM it is if it's an oversized item. So something really big, I would have to FBM that. I don't want to send them to FBA just in case it got returned. I don't want to get totally screwed. Or if it's like hazmat, but if hazmat, it has to be, it has to make a decent profit. Like I'd probably say I'd want it to make at least like $8 or $9 for me to want to do it myself.
Make it worthwhile.
Yeah, to make it worthwhile.
Right. Yeah, I think for me personally, if there's a huge sale on like a big box retailer, I'll go ahead and FBM it because I know the price is going to plummet.
Yeah,
So it's just worth it on my end. But for the most part, I will FBA. I've been doing way more FBM lately, and I think the best part about that for me is just the cash flow because I'm profiting twice while the FBA is still being shipped out. And I don't know. I think that's been a game changer for me. Honestly, I would say I'm probably 60-40, 60 being FBA. The FBM also during the year. I know a lot of people love multiple season. For me personally, I don't like it when it's multiple season because now everyone can just send it FBA. And I feel like I had a competitive advantage with FBMing multiples because everyone doesn't want to do FBM, and I'm like, I'll do it. Just, if no one else is, and I'll get that profits, whatever. But during this time, I don't know yet. I think I bought a bunch last couple of days. I hope it makes it before Christmas. It's still got to go to my prep center. When are you going to start just primarily doing FBM, or you've already started for the most part?
So I actually just sent something to my prep center to go FBA that I hope to get there before Christmas. Because I've seen my check-in times fairly quick. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, I think it'll be okay. And even if it doesn't, looking at Keepa, it's still going to sell for a profit. And it's an item that it's going to sell throughout the year. If it was like seasonal, like specifically Christmas, like, a stocking or something, like you're really cutting it close. Like I'd be a little more sketched out and I'd probably FBM. Main reason I FBA too, a lot of my stuff is the tax-free, like because it goes to Oregon versus coming here, I have 9% sales tax. So anything that's like a decently large, like, cause I do a lot of small oversized items, like things like 13 inches long, 13 to 15. That just eats into some of the cost, like so much into my product. So I always like FBA those type of items.
Right. Yeah. Right now, even if there was a huge narrative last Q4, I don't know if you noticed about check-in times when even last year I was sending things in and it was I feel like they hire more workers during this time. So things weren't slowing down for me other than specific, like IND4 is always slow, but like for the most part, most prep centers were fairly quick and they got it scanned in. I think Amazon's also, had their foot on the gas trying to get things sold, and they're in the same position as us, and in January, I still saw my sales uptick. People got gift cards and stuff, so it's not the end of the world if your FBA doesn't make it in time for Christmas. Even after Christmas, people get late presents.